Hi students. So today we are going to see nuclear turbine power plant. Now contents of this presentation is as per the sequence: introduction of nuclear power plant, then nuclear fission, what is fusion and fission, then general layout of nuclear power plant, then various components of a reactor, then working of various components of a reactor, and then how a nuclear reactor works, and finally nuclear power in India. So let us start with introduction. Electricity was generated for the first time ever by a nuclear reactor on December 20, 1951 in United States. Nuclear fuel is any material that can be consumed to derive nuclear energy. The most common type of nuclear fuel is fissile element that can be made to undergo nuclear fission chain reaction in nuclear reactor. The most common nuclear fuels are 235 uranium and 239 plutonium. Not all nuclear fuels are used in fission chain reaction. Inside a nuclear power station, energy is released by nuclear fission in the core of the reactor that we are going to see in our next slides. Then 1 kg of uranium 235 can produce as much energy as the burning of 4,500 tons of high grade variety of coal or 2,000 tons of oil. So 1 kg of uranium can produce that much amount of energy. Now this is a picture of nuclear fission. Now there are two processes, nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. So in case of fission, two atoms are combined, and in case of fission, the atom is divided. That is the difference between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. And in case of nuclear fusion, a large amount of energy is released than nuclear fission. So this is an example of nuclear fission. You can see here. Here a heavy nucleus split into two smaller parts in order to become more stable. Then it is a process of splitting up the nucleus of fissionable material like uranium into two or more fragments with release of enormous amount of energy. The nucleus of uranium 235 is bombarded with high energy neutrons. So here you can see neutrons are bombarded on uranium. The neutrons produced are very fast and can be made to fission other nuclei of uranium 235, thus setting up a chain reaction. Out of 2.5 neutrons released, 1 neutron is used to sustain the chain reaction. Okay. So now this is a construction of nuclear power plant. So you can see a reactor here. So this is the reactor, and you can see here core, which will be having our uranium. Then these are the control rods that are inserted, that can be moved in and out. So inside this pressure vessel, a core is there. So core means uranium will be placed here, and these are the control rods that are inserted in the pressure vessel. So here you can see water is circulated, and due to the energy, the water will absorb the energy and it will get converted into steam. So here you can see. Now the process will start from here. Intake from the lake or river, here you can see. Then there is a coal water basin. So after that, water will come in condenser, here you can see. So through this condenser there is a water pump. So from this water pump it will go to the nuclear reactor, where it will absorb the energy of the uranium once the chain reaction starts. So now water will get converted into steam, here you can see. So there is a steam turbine. So steam will be imparted on the turbine. The turbine blades will start rotating. Turbine is connected with electric generator, and these are the transmission lines. So from the another end of the turbine there will be a steam or hot water, so that will allow to collect at condenser, here you can see. So now green colors means it has less temperature compared with the red one. So here from this condenser there will be a warm condensed water. So again that will be circulated to this cooling water, and here non-radioactive water vapors will be released to atmosphere, warm moist air. So again this water is circulated, here you can see. So let us see one by one each component, working of each component. Now first one is control rods. So control rods are made up of material that absorb neutrons and inserted into the bundle using a mechanism that can raise or lower the control rods. So here you can see. So inside this pressure vessel there are control rods, and that can be moved in and out of this vessel. The control rods essentially contain neutron absorbers like boron, cadmium or indium. Then steam generators. Now steam generators are heat exchanger used to convert water into steam from heat produced in the nuclear reactor core. Either ordinary water or heavy water is used as coolant. So here, so it will absorb the energy of the core here. Either normal water or heavy water is used. Then steam turbine. A steam turbine is a mechanical device that exerts thermal energy from pressurized steam and converts it into useful mechanical energy that we have seen. So the steam from the steam generator is bombarded on turbine blades. Various high performance alloys on super alloys have been used for steam generating tubing, so it should be withstand to the high temperature of steam. That's why high performance alloys and super alloys are used. The next one is coolant pump. The coolant pump pressurizes the coolant to pressures of around 155 bar. Then the presence of the coolant pump is maintained. The pressure of coolant pump is maintained almost constant with the help of pump and a pressurized unit. So a pressure of around 155 bar is maintained. Then feed pump. Steam coming out from turbine and flows through the condenser for condensation and recalculated for next cycle of operation. So I have told you that the water will be recirculated again. The feed pump circulates the condensed water in the working fluid loop. Then condenser. So here you can see condenser. Condenser is a device or unit which is used to condensate vapor into liquid. The objective of the condenser are to reduce the turbine exhaust pressure, to increase the efficiency, and to recover high quality feed water in the form of condensate and feed back it to the steam generator without any further treatment. So that is the function of condenser. Then cooling tower. Cooling towers are heat removal devices used to transfer process waste heat to the atmosphere. Then water circulating through the condenser is taken to the cooling tower for cooling and reuse. Then next point is how a nuclear reactor works. Now uranium fissions by absorbing a neutron and producing 2 to 3 neutrons, which initiate and average one more fission to take a controlled chain reaction. So that we have seen in this figure. Here you can see that neutrons are bombarded on uranium. Normal water is used as a moderator to slow the neutrons, since slow neutrons take longer to pass by a uranium nucleus and have more time to be absorbed. So normal water is used as a moderator, and function of a moderator is to absorb the neutrons. Then the protons in the hydrogen in the water have the same mass as that of neutron, and it has to stop them. Then 235 uranium is enriched from its 0.7% in nature to about 3% to produce the reaction, and it contains in rods in the water. So this is about the uranium, which is enriched from 0.7, which is naturally available in the nature, to about 3%. So it will start the reaction. Then boron control rods are inserted to absorb neutrons when it is time to shut down the reactor. So if we want to shut down the reactor, we have to stop the reaction. So we have to absorb, or we have to stop the neutrons. So that's why boron control rods are inserted, which will absorb all neutrons. So the chain reaction will stop. Then the hot water is boiled or sent through a heat exchanger to produce steam. The steam then powers the turbine that we have seen. So here you can see these are the various components of a reactor. This is the working, how reactor works. And then nuclear power in India. So nuclear power is the fourth in largest source of electricity in India after thermal, hydroelectric and renewable energy sources of electricity. As of 2017, India has 25 nuclear reactors in operation in 6 nuclear power plants, generating about 4,780 megawatts, while 5 other plants are under construction and are expected to generate an additional 3,153 megawatts. Then India's nuclear power industry is undergoing a rapid expansion, with plans to increase the nuclear power output to 64,000 megawatt by 2032, and the country is involved in the development of nuclear fusion, and it is a global leader in the development of thorium based fast breeder reactors. So India is involved in the development of thorium based fast breeder reactors. And finally, these are the advantages and disadvantages of nuclear power plant. Advantages: no greenhouse gas emission is there. Then nuclear power plants are compact compared with other electrical plants. Then these power plants are competitive. Then these power plants are reliable and safe, and cost of operation of these power plant is sustainably low as compared with the other power plants. So this is about the advantages of nuclear power plant. Let's see the disadvantages. So there is a problem of, or there is a risk of radioactive waste. So how the radioactive waste has to be disposed, so that is one issue, and that is related with environment. Then there is a security risk. So there is a security risk like theft, terrorism. So this is one aspect of, or one threat to nuclear power plant. And there is another disadvantage of safety risk, so that also has to be considered here. So these are the some disadvantages of nuclear power plant. Thank you friends.